Hello and welcome to Unreal Made Easy. In today's tutorial, we're going to start with downloading animations, creating an IK rig, and then finally doing the retargeting. And once you learn these skills, you'll be able to match any similar skeleton or any similar character and copy animations from one to the other. Without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so now once you're logged into Mixamo, you can pick any characters you want by selecting the character tab. So to start out, we're going to start with this Y-bot here. That's what this is called. And we're going to add animations to that. We're going to use the standard T-pose here. And you can get that. And the animations are going to be obviously in the animation tabs here. Okay. So let's go ahead and start by downloading the Y-bot character in the T-pose. Just as regular. Okay, so next there's three animations I want to grab. One is an idle. I like the breathe idle here. Enter. It's going to be this first one here. Select it, and as you can see, it's going to show it right here in the viewport here. And we're going to click breathing idle on the Y-bot. Download. We're going to do this without the skin because we're going to use the Y-bot that we just downloaded, and then we're going to use its skeleton. We're going to change the frames to 60 because it makes the animation look a little bit smoother, a little bit better. And we're going to do that for all three animations that we download here. The next animation we want to grab is the stand and roll. Stand, roll, enter. Stand to roll. Click that. And we're going to go ahead and leave it with the root motion where it's kind of rolling in place. Now you can move the viewpoint around and zoom in and out with the mouse to see it from different angles. Okay, click download. Without skin, 60 frames, that's what we want. Once that's done, we're going to download a dance. And I'm going to download, you can download whatever dance you want, but I'm going to download this. It's like Gundam style, but here I think they call it gang something. Hit enter. And this is it right here. Select that. And now we've got the dance. And we're going to download that. Without skin, 60 frames per second. Download. Okay, so we've got all three of those, and what we're going to do is, what I like to do is, I like to go into the download folder here, open the folder, and I'm going to select, I'm going to select here and hold down, select here, hold down shift, grab all these, and I'm just going to do a cut, and I'm going to put them on my desktop just to make it easy for me to get to. And then Control V. And we can close that. Now we want to go into our Unreal Engine project in the contents folder. And right here in the content folder, you're going to want to create a folder just to house your Mixamo animations. So we're going to do Mixamo. Hope I'm spelling that right. We're going to go inside. And before we download the animations, we want to get the skeleton first in the character. So we click right here on import, find the Y-bot FBX, which is right here, open, and we're going to leave everything as default and just hit the regular import button. And we can close out the extra content folder here. And as far as the smoothing, this has something to do with the keyframes. This is not important, but yes, everything will still work fine. Okay, so in our contents, we have the Mixamo, and we have the Y-bots poses and the skeleton here. Next, we're going to want to create another folder, and we're going to call this animations. And we're going to double click into that. And what we're going to do is we're going to import all of our animations. So we'll start with the breathing one. And right here where it's a skeleton, we want to select the skeleton we just downloaded, which is the YBot skeleton. And just do a regular import. Once that's finished, we're going to move on to the next one. Go to import. We're going to do the stand the roll one next. Hit open. Same exact thing. YBot skeleton. And then import. Now, the dance one, I believe, is going to take a little bit longer because it's got more movements, but we're going to do the same thing. Import. Gangnam style. And open. Same exact thing. We're going to do the YBot skeleton and just import. Okay, now that's finished. Next, we're going to want to right click, go into animations, and we're going to have to create something called an IK rig. Hold on here. Give me a second here. Right click, animations. Under retargeting, under animations, we're going to go to IK rig. This is going to help. Okay, first we're going to do the name convention. We're going to do IK and underscore mix. What we're using here is we're going to label it to where Unreal Engine can identify the skeleton. And that's what the IK rig is for. So that way you can match. So Unreal can read this skeleton and any other skeleton that has an IK rig setup and match animations. So, okay, so for, okay, the preview skeleton, we're going to select this and we're going to choose the YBot. And then right here, we're going to hold the right mouse, let's see, and scroll back so you can slow down and scroll forward as you need just to have some control over what you're seeing. So that'll control the camera by scrolling forward or back. All right, so to start this out, it's very simple. We're going to select we're going to select the bone chains. So for example here, we're going to select the first bone, which is the spine of this chain, and then to spine 2. Highlight that by selecting and pressing shift, and we're going to add a new chain. We're just going to add the regular chain, and we're going to leave it at spine. Next, we're going to do the neck. It's just one bone. We're going to add that neck. Add chain. For the head, we're going to select that. I'm going to hold down Control, and I'm going to select the top end, and I'm going to add that. Add chain. As you can see, they're populating on the right side here. Next, we're going to grab the left shoulder to the left hand. Now, I'm grabbing the whole thing, but we're not going to use the left shoulder, and I'll show you why after we've done the retargeting. So add chain. And for this one, we want to have the hand, we want to add an IK goal. The IK goal kind of helps the body get in its position, whether it's climbing a ladder, running, walking, or whatever. So both hands and the feet are going to have that. So we're going to use the full body IK solver. And then right here, it's going to show up. Now that we have made the first IK solver, we can go back to the hip. Okay, and as a matter of fact, we can go ahead and we can add the hip as well. Okay, but we're gonna name this hip bone. We're gonna name it the pelvis because that's what Unreal Engine can read. So we'll just say pelvis, and then say add chain. Okay. Now, for this hip, this pelvis here, you're going to right click, and we're going to make it 2 different things. We're going to make it we're going to set it as the retargeter root, and then we're also going to set it as the hips as set as the root bone selected for the solver. Now, once that's happened, this was working now. But now we're going to go ahead and continue. Now, right here is going to be all the fingers. So we're going to do this. This is the quickest way I know how. So we're going to select the top button. Select the top finger, which is the thumb here. And we're going to go all the way down to the left pinky. So this will be the whole left side as you see it being highlighted within the viewport. And we're going to add new chain. Now it's going to select each and every particular bone chain, but you have to rename it to the correct bone. So for instance, this is the thumb, not the left arm. So we're going to name this thumb. We're going to add that chain. It's going to go to the next one. The index, which is the pointing finger. So we're going to do index. Add chain. Middle. Add chain. Ring. Left ring, add chain. And finally, the very small finger at the end, the pinky, we're going to add pinky and add chain. Now it's going to take a minute, but it's going to populate over here because it's got to name all the bones and load it, and that it'll populate here. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing for the right shoulder to the right hand. Add new chain. Now with the hand, we're going to add the chain with the goal. And that's the right arm. Okay. Next, we're going to do the same thing like we did before. And we're going to do the right side, all the fingers. Okay, add new chain. And here. Okay. Now we're going to add the legs. So we're going to the upper leg for the left leg all the way to the left toe end rather. And we're going to add a new chain. And from here, we're going to add the goal as well. Do the same thing for the right leg. Click that, hold shift, select the bottom, same thing. Add new chain, right leg, add the goal. Now, that is all set. We're going to hit save for that. But like I said, so for this left shoulder here, we're going to change the start bone. And instead of it being the actual shoulder, we're going to make it the arm. So for the left shoulder, we're going to add the left arm. And then for the right, arm. We're going to do the same thing. Instead of at the shoulder, we're going to make the right arm. Okay. Okay, great. So next, you're going to want to go back to the content folder inside your animations. Right click, go to animations again. This time we're going to do the retargeter. Okay. Retargeter right here. Give it a good naming convention, RTG underscore. And we're going to name it from the source to the target. So the source would be the Mixamo to Manny, to the mannequin, because we're going to give these particular animations to the Manny skeleton. And as you're doing stuff, you always want to make sure you hit the save. Okay. And double click there. Now, so we're going to grab our source IK that we just made, which is the Mixamo. And again, we're going to scroll out so we can get a good look at what we're doing. And for the target, because we're going to give the animations to this target, which is going to be the IK Manny. Now, this particular IK was made by Unreal already, so that's why that's there. So we didn't have to make it, which is very nice that they did that. I don't remember which version they did it, but they did it, and it's great. All right. Next, we're going to need to. Okay, right now we got this. It's running the IK right now. If we were to click on any of these, it's just not going to look right. So what we're going to do is we're going to modify. We're going to edit the retargeting pose. Okay, so we can make these match. So right here, we're going to select right here on the target. And what we want to find, we're going to do the arm, okay? And we're going to need the upper arm because we want to match the target, the Manny skeleton, with, with the actual Mixamo. And when we're doing this, we're going to need to, let's see. Yeah, we're going to drag this out a little bit. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab this here and we're going to rotate this up gently and slowly and then have it match as close as possible. So I guess it's 55 degrees right here. That's cool. We're going to then go to the right arm. So we're going to upper arm right. So upper arm right's here. Select that, and we're going to duplicate that. Okay. You want to get it as close as you can. Okay, and actually this looks a little bit off, so just down a little bit. Go back to the right upper arm. Down a little bit. I think that's 50, right upper arm. So right upper arm and right lower arm are the same. Okay. Next, we're going to have to go up on top and try to match it up top here. So now this gadget actually changes as depending on what position you're in. So what we're going to need to do here is we're going to have to do the lower arm. So we're going to do the lower left arm here. So lower arm L. Grab the gadget, move it out to there. You know, doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, you want to get it close. The closer you get it, the better the animation's going to match. But remember, we use the left arm, right arm. We are using two different skeletons, two different naming conventions. They're slightly different in size, so that's why you're going to get these different. The animations might look slightly different, but yeah. So we're going to match up there. Okay, and that looks good. Rotate down, and then what we're going to need to do is look at the hands. The hands don't look that great, so we're going to fix the hands real quick. So we're going to look at the left hand, and we're going to kind of rotate that up a little bit, right? Straighten it out. And then the right hand, we can do the same. Grab the gadget. And if you ever make a mistake, you can always hit, Control. You can always hit Control Z. I'm going to see if I'm matching this makes it any different. So instead of it being 20, put 30 here. And that's going to be exactly the same as the right hand. So they're both 30. Now we're going to need to actually go a little bit deeper into this, and we're going to do the fingers. Now, many times I've watched many videos on YouTube, and unfortunately they don't give it a little love. A lot of people skip over the fingers, but in this tutorial we're going to show you how to do the fingers quickly and easily. So we're going to have to name each finger. We're going to have to actually type in each finger. Index. So first finger we're going to do is index, right? And we're going to do the index. We're going to do the right hand because that's what we're looking at because we're facing the model. So we're going to do right hand first, index, see index 0, 1, and we're going to rotate it. And, you know, that's going to be pretty good. 10 is pretty good. And then for the, see, for the, as we go out, it's going to go out towards the tips of the fingers. So for this, now I'm going to say we're going to do 15. Okay. And that will straighten that out. I know it's a little bit difficult to see. We'll try this one here. Index again. And we're going to do 15 too for that as well. Hit enter. Okay. Now, we're going to want to match both sides. So for the index here, it says 10 on this little on the blue here on this axis. So we're going to do 10 on this axis as well. Okay? And enter. Okay? So the first, joint of the chain, we're going to do that one, and then for all the fingers. So we're going to do this for all the fingers. So 1's going to be this, 2 is going to be, so 10, 15, 15. Now, what we can do is we can go to the one that's got 15 here, go into this panel here, right click, copy this, right? Go to the 2, right click and paste, and now you have the 15 there. And you're going to see as we go here, right click, and we're going to paste again. We're just going to keep right clicking and pasting on the extra joints. So now we got 10, 15, 15. We're going to do this for all the fingers. 15, 15. Okay, next finger we're going to do is middle, right? So we're going to remember the 1 is going to be 10 here. And then we're going to do the 1 here. That's going to be 10. And then for the 2, we're going to just right click because it should still be there, and it'll go to 15. And 3, we're going to go to 15. Same thing for the 2. Right click, you can see it changing in real time as we do it. Okay. All right, so now we got some more fingers to go, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and start doing them, and then you guys can just copy. So next is the ring. I'm just going to start with the 2 this time. Go 2. And then don't forget to do the 10 for the first joint. Okay. Same thing with the pinky. Oop, spell it right. There we go. 10. And double check your work again. Like I said, give these fingers a little bit of love. And let's not forget about the thumb. So we're going to type into your chain thumb. And for the first part of the joint, I guess we could try 10 there too, see if that works. Oh, I forget we're on the right finger, so we got to look. All right, so let's see that. I think that'll work. And then we can just do the same. Here we go. Now we'll see it. Paste. There we go. And then let's not make sure we got the 10 here. Yeah, we got the 10 there. Got that there. Okay, so that should be done. And remember, you always want to hit save. Like so. Now, while we're in the retargeter, so we're going to zoom out here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to, first we can stop editing the pose. You can click it or you can like select it here. You could just do run retargeter, it's fine. So it's pretty close. I mean, I guess the wrists are up a little higher than I want, but that's okay. So before we even start testing this out, we need to go to the chain mapping, right? And what we're going to do here in this chain mapping is we're going to select auto chain map. And what we're going to do is we're going to map all exact. So certain bones the target may have and the source may have, or vice versa, it's only going to use the bones that are being used. So like, watch, when you click it, next, so like you'll see here like some of these like lower arm twists, it says none, but that type of stuff. That's for the different ones. So yeah, so that's going to get rid of that, because if you don't, it'll actually make a very weird targeting. So yeah, once you do all that, it should be fine. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to the assets. But before we do that, we're going to move these characters side by side so we can see how it works. Okay, so let's take a look. So we can close this thumb out here. See this right here where it says bone name? Click this panel, and that's going to populate what we had here earlier. Now, we can take this here, scroll this down a little bit, and we're going to move the offset of the target mesh. So we're going to move it to the right. We're going to move it right here on this axis. So just you can drag and drop it. I think it's going to be like 200 or something to make them side by side. There we go. Something like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now, okay, so now we can go ahead and we're going to scroll this back up. We're under the asset browse where we got our different animations. Click the breathing. As you can see, the hands are a little bit off because the wrists are a little bit higher, but it looks pretty good. We're going to do the stand and roll. Looking good, looking good. And then we're also going to do the Gundam style, or Gangnam style. And you can see that we've copied all the animations. Yes. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and put them into our level, and then we'll go from there. So, we're going to close. Okay, I'm going to leave that open. That's okay. Scroll up over here, and we're going to go. Oh, almost forgot. We're going to go to the Manny, to mix most right here. And inside, we can select the different animations we want to add. So we're going to copy these animations. So this skeleton has them too. So we're going to select, you can hold down control and select each one individually. And we got the breathing, the Gangnam style, and the stand to roll. And all we have to do is hit export. And we're going to export it into the Maximo folder, into animations. We're going to give it a prefix of Manny, M-N-Y, _ so that way everything will start with that, and we're going to hit export. Okay, and we can just close this extra folder here. And then now, see, now we can raise this up. Yeah, there we go. We got all our animations. And they're all inside the Maximo Animations folder. So, go to third person. And we can just grab the breathing animation next. We put the breathing animation here. We're going to put them both next to each other. So Manny breathing idle, we can put that right next to there. And then we're going to do the roll. I think we're going to take the roll here, the roll right here, and put the Manny roll next to them. Get them both right there. Just drag and drop it. And then we're going to do the dance moves. We're going to put them right over here. There we go. All right, let's hit play and take a look, see what we got. So there we go. We've got the roll. Looks really good. We got the breathing animation. That looks pretty good. And then we've got the Gangnam Style. Oh yeah, that looks great. And that is how you do animations for retargeting in Unreal. I'm sorry that this was kind of a longer video, but if you thought this video was helpful and can help someone else, please like and subscribe. And you have a wonderful day.